the soul song, the Bhagavad Gita, droplets of nectar from the lotus lips of Shri Krishna himself, chapter 2, shlok number 16. Na asato vidyate bhavo, na abhavo vidyate sata, ubhayorapi drishto antas, tu anayos tattvadarshibhi. The unreal has no existence. All this that you see here is all illusion. All illusion. Once a person, wise person and an ignorant person, both were standing by the side of a desert. A wise man and an ignorant man. The wise man says, we are standing at the edge of a desert. What do you see? The ignorant one says, I see water. The wise one says, no, 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 no. The ignorant one says, of course I see water. The wise one says, there is no water. The ignorant one says, but I can see it. But I can see it. The wise man says, I can also see it, but I know there is no water. Like this, the ignorant people of the world, they want to quench their thirst with the material things. And like when you drink vinegar, thirst keeps increasing. Like that, the material things of the world, the more you take them, the more you grab, the more your thirst keeps increasing and your desires keep multiplying. But the man of pure understanding, he knows that there is no way that these material things of the world can satisfy me. The unreal has no existence. This is all illusion. It appears, but it is not. It can be seen, but it is not. It is here today, gone tomorrow. Everything is perishable. Everything is perishable. One saint comes to a king's palace and the king shows off all his lovely rooms and furnishings and wealth. And the saint says, O king, your dharamshala is very pretty. And the king gets offended. Dharamshala? This is my palace, luxurious palace, better than all the kings of this land. O king, who lived here before you? My father. Before that, my grandfather. Who will live after you? My son. After that, my son's son. Is it not a dharamshala? All these things of the world are transient and temporary. Why do you attach yourself to the transient and then you suffer and then you cry and then you sigh and then you are upset? Who told you to go and get entangled in all this materialism? The unreal has no existence. There is no foundation of all this. It will all perish. When there is the Mahapralaya, the Kayamat waters will destroy everything. And you will be sitting and lamenting away. Who told you to put your mind in these things of the world? The unreal has no existence and the real never ceases to be. Now we are talking. The real never ceases to be. Krishna is eternal. The eternal being. He will never leave you. He will never leave you. For eternity, He will be yours. For eternity. Now, what is the choice you are making? You want this perishable world, or you want the imperishable Krishna who will live you forever and give you bliss, love and light? The real never ceases to be. It is eternal, it is always, it is forever, and it is beautiful. Beautiful. The real never ceases to be. The reality of both has been perceived by the seers of truth. Become a seer of truth, not a seer of falsehood. The whole time. These clothes, this jewelry, this furniture, this, all the time craving for things. You are not the seer of reality, you are the seer of untruth. But when you are the seer of reality, you are at peace. You are satisfied inside with whatever the divine has blessed you with. The truth of the perishable and the imperishable, it has been seen by the seers of truth. Chapter 2, Shlok number 17. Avinashi tu tadvidhi yena sarvam idam tatam vinasham avyayasya na kaschit kartum arhati. Know that to be imperishable. Remember one thing, listen carefully now. One is that and one is this. And this will entangle and entangle and entangle. And if you get entangled in this, the people and things of the world, the positions, then you will have to subject to birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. But if you see that, the Supreme Almighty, so beautiful, smiling and shining away, the Supreme Reality, know that to be imperishable, not this. This will all break, this will all die, this will all finish. That will never break, will never die, will never finish. Know that to be imperishable. Tat Sat, the truth, the one truth, the whole truth. Know that to be imperishable, by which all this is pervaded. And where does that live? In every being. In every being. He is the seed of all. He lives everywhere. For none can bring about the destruction of this indestructible substance, the atom, indestructible. The soul, the supreme, the consciousness, the truth. No one can destroy it. All these people will die, Arjun, but that never dies. There will be bloodshed. There will be funerals. There will be destruction of this. But that never dies. Never ever dies. Know that to be imperishable, by which all this is pervaded. For none can bring about the destruction of that indestructible substance that is called the Atman, Paramatman, the Supreme Consciousness, which is of the nature of love, light and bliss. It remains forever and ever and ever. Within everything and everyone is that seed of light, the drop of energy, which is indeed the mightiest power. None can destroy the soul. It remains forever and ever and ever. It remains. Shlok number 18. Antavanta ime deha nityasya utkaha sharirina anashino aprameyasya tasmad yudhyasya bharata. The soul is indestructible and incomprehensible. A materialistic mind cannot fathom the soul. You have to be very pure. You have to sit in the Guru's satsang. You have to sit among like-minded people. You have to listen to his words of truth. You have to drink his nectar. Then only you can understand that imperishable one. When you are entangled in all the things of the world, materialism, you cannot fathom the soul. When you are very clean inside, when you are free from thoughts, when you are pure, when you are surrendered, you can fathom that indestructible one. You can become one with him actually. Not only can you know him, you can become him. So he's saying the soul is indestructible and incomprehensible. Only the Guru can show you. Soi janat jin det janai. Only the Guru can show you that truth. He has to give you that divine vision. He has to open your third eye. And only when you sit in the satsang and you listen to his nectar of immortality, then only you can fathom the Atman, the soul. The people of the world running round in circles. Once what happened? Ramji was banished to the forest. He and Lakshman and Sita, they were walking. They met Kevat, the boatman. The boatman says, I will make you go across the Ganges in my boat. Please come and sit in my boat, dear ones. Ram, Lakshman and Sita sat in Kevat's boat. Now what Kevat did when they sat in the boat, he started going round and round and round and round and round. Sita said, Kevat, I'm getting dizzy. Kevat said, I just wanted to show you that you are getting dizzy with this little ride, and that ride which you take us death after birth and birth after death and round and round and round, it's so dizzying. Take me out of that dizzy ride and take me into your arms, dear Ramji. That is incomprehensible. None can even meditate upon that without Guru grace. Without Satguru grace, you cannot even meditate upon that. It won't come in your thoughts only. When you sit for meditation, you'll be thinking of every possible thing under the sun, except that Supreme Soul. Only by the mercy of the Satguru, only by Guru Kripa can you know that. So, know that to be imperishable, by which all this is pervaded, for none can bring about the destruction of this indestructible substance. No one can kill it, no one can destroy it. It remains forever and ever and ever.